Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Stanley Bear Thunderheart, but you all know me by now as Bear. And today, I am here to say something a little different regarding MMA commentary. Now, of course, you all know me doing UFC events and other MMA commentaries. And even though this is regarding mixed martial arts, it actually is about a mixed martial arts star. It's actually in the UFC by the name of Chael Sonnen on Alien Conspiracies. Basically, he did a film on months ago promoting his book called The Voice of Reasoning. Now, Voice of Reasoning, I don't think I totally agree with that. I don't think he's the most reasonable man I've actually seen in my life, but in any event, if he wants to make believe he's the voice of reason, he's more than welcome to. It's his mind, it's his free will. Any event, moving on. So I'm actually here not to bash or even talk about Chael Sonnen the way I did on the UFC 148. And if you guys haven't seen that, I suggest you take a look at it at UFC 148. What I had to say about Chael Sonnen and Anderson Silva. But the bottom line is like I'm here to answer some of his questions because he had his theories about regarding alien conspiracies, and so I want to answer him and his friend some questions that were basic. And I'll get to that in a minute. So before I do it, I just want to let you guys know that I have my fans and my supporters. Love you guys, love you all. Keep up the great work, keep up with the great comments, and keep up with the great feedback. I really appreciate it a lot. I really appreciate you helping me out and keeping me on my toes. And for all of the haters, of course, that have nothing else better to do and nothing else to say, you guys don't have to sit back. You guys don't even have to watch me. You guys can just go somewhere else and go bye-bye. Now, however, if you guys want to still stick around and watch and hear me what I have to say, then I suggest you do some few things. I suggest you guys find your mom's couch in your living room somewhere, sit down in your mom's couch, get a beer or get whatever you want to consume in your bodies, kick your feet up, relax, open your eyes, open your ears, your mind and your heart, and shut up. Because I have something greatly to say to Chael Sonnen and to his friend. And you guys also, if you guys want to just do it, you guys could also open your mind and heart enough to learn something from what you like. So, and for the females out there that are supportive of me, thank you very much. I love you guys. I love you all. And for those who, for those who hate on me, well, I do have the same advice for you that I give to you guys, except one more thing: keep your legs closed as well. So I just thought I'd tell you that. Now, with that being said, let's move on. So, I actually wanted to talk about, like I said, his response to Chael Sonnen's book, The Voice of Reasoning. He says, and his thing was about a video of alien conspiracies, which he did about a few months ago. But once I actually saw it myself today, I thought I wanted to not necessarily rebuttal him, so to speak, because I can care less of what he believes or what he thinks or whatever. And even though him and I don't agree, we don't have to. It doesn't matter. What matters is that I give my viewpoint of what it is that he and his friend were talking about. Basically him, because he was the one actually were talking about it in his book about alien conspiracies and how he did some of his research about what happened in the 80s. Because there've always been stories about aliens, UFOs, alien abductions, and various other things like that, cattle mutilations. You name it. We could write so many books on these different types of subjects. But let me be honest. Chael Sonnen, you and your friend claim that you did some research throughout the years and you find some of the stuff very entertaining and even some of it unbelievable and things like that. And I can agree with you on some of these cases, but when you went and did your research, did your research with an open mind per se, or did you do your research with preconceived ideas of what you think the world really already is? What I'm getting at here, Chael, and in front of yours, and and everyone else here, is that when you have preconceived ideas, you're not going to be an objective researcher. You're going to be a subjective researcher of anything else. When you do your research or anything scientific, you got to be at least objective as you can. Because if you don't be as objective as you can, you're going to be subjective, and everything that you're subjective to will come to you and manifest in your way. So if you don't believe in this and that, if you could try to find some proof why the reason why I don't believe it, it's going to manifest in you anyway. And he says, see, there's proof that doesn't exist. I just want to let you know that if you what bottom line is, what I'm saying here is that I don't think you really did your research enough, or at least if you did it through bias, through your own prejudice, and through your own judgment, and even your own delusions. Because let's be honest, I mean, after all, you did make believe that you did wear a title belt, thinking you were a middleweight champion, and that you could beat Anderson Silva, but that didn't happen either. So I just thought I'd give you back into some reality that you want to talk about so much, huh? So that was a little criticism I thought I'd give you, Chael. I just want to tell you that. Now, getting back to what I was getting at, you had a friend by the name of Jacques Vallée who went to a lady that actually worked at the Pentagon, that he claimed went to the Pentagon, that was talking to a lady at NASA over at a round table, and we're talking about how this one particular city in Roswell was as big as Manhattan underground, and supposedly he had some basic questions, which I thought were pretty good basic questions. And I do mean pretty good. I didn't say it was excellent. I didn't say it was the best. And they were basic questions, and that was basically it. It was a basic question. Those were basic questions that he had to ask these people. And I just want to reiterate that, you know, when you, like I say, we're talking about asking basic questions, you want to talk about reality, I just want to tell you and everyone else that there's so many realities out there to begin with. You think this is the only reality that we have here? I mean, a lot of people may want to be skeptical and say this, you know, we don't know for sure, we don't know that for sure and everything, but there are people that do know. There are people that have experienced things for themselves. So, you know, and so not everyone's going to buy into some of the stuff that you say, because there are people who already have their own experiences of what other realities are, what their reality is, and so forth. And we are co-creators of our own reality, so we need to realize that what we think, we can manifest and project. And that's the thing that we need to be aware of. And as I'm saying now, Chael, as far as those basic questions, because he wanted to ask these people some basic questions, Jacques Vallée, your friend, in regards to the underground city, as far as, you know, with the government, Russians of all different parts of the world are coinciding with the ETs and things like that. And so these were basic questions, but let me reiterate on it. Let me ask these questions at first. Question number one: who takes out the garbage? If the city of the size of Manhattan was so big, who takes out the garbage? These were basic questions that he asked. Next question: who brings these people their newspaper each day? Basic question, right? This gets better. How do these people get water? Nice question too. I'll get to that in a minute too. How do they get food? Nice question. Very good. For an underground city, you need food to survive, right? I'll get to that in a minute. How do they get sunlight? Ooh, a good one too. You mean in order to get sunlight, you gotta be on the surface, right? I'm sure there's more ways of getting light. I'll get to that in a minute too. How do they grow anything underground? Well, they are underground, so they should be able to grow some while they're there, right? I'll get to that in a minute too. And of course, you know, from according to Chael in this video, he said that Jacques said that no one, of course, had an answer. No one else had an answer, huh? Well, but I bet you I know who has an answer to that. You're looking at him. Now, I can give you some answers and theories. I don't know that for certain, but I do know some of the facts. Why? Because I do know some of the things that we're already using right now. I'm sure they were using even that and beyond back then. What do I mean by that? There are all types of renewable energies out there that people can, that we are using. We're using recyclable stuff like garbage. You know, we can recyclable. We do wind power and solar power and things like that. Let me get to this in a minute. Now, as far as like no one having an answer, there's only one or two things that could possibly happen with that. There could either be the fact that this person was just an academic scholar or just an academic that had no life experience and really does not know what she's talking about, but she's just talking about it because she's read it in a book, or she was read it because she was taught by a professor who's probably been there himself in that regard. Or this person was working in the Pentagon and worked with these aliens or worked with the underground bases or worked with these people and don't want to tell you because they're not allowed to tell you. Okay? I mean, I know you've heard this before, but there are government cover-ups. These people are not allowed to tell you, and even if they want to tell you, even if they want to tell the public, they sure in hell is not going to tell a person like your friend Jacques, because Jacques came with a certain mindset already perceived in his mind when he was researching, and already had his own bias, that it was just no way he was going to get a real answer. And even if they have pictures, let's say Chael, if someone shows you a picture of an alien or underground base or whatever, would you really believe it anyway? I doubt it. Why? Because then you will probably say, well, that's just Photoshop, or that's just computer animated, because you can manipulate a lot of things through a computer anyway these days. You really can. So what makes you think that they have that kind of technology and beyond back then? So I just wanted to let you all know that there's a lot of things to be aware of, and you know, if you believe it, whether you believe it or not, a picture and all that will not matter. Sometimes it's just about experiencing certain things for yourselves, if anything, for that to happen. So, by the way, I'm at Whole Foods. I just thought I'd let you know that, hanging out there. So don't mind the people back there. Just seem to pay attention to what I need to say. So, any event, now, as far as the food, the water, and everything is concerned, who takes out the garbage? Well, let me see. What makes you even think, okay, so we can have the ability ourselves to produce garbage into energy, right? If we can produce it in recyclables, if we can make it to other things, like other elements and other materials and into energy especially, then what makes you think that they're going to even need garbage, especially if they have highly advanced race of ETs and aliens working in these facilities? What makes you think they're even going to need a garbage truck? Are you kidding me? And how would a garbage truck even drive down there that far? There was just no way that's going to happen. They will need a resourceable energy to recyclable and combust it and actually make it into energy, whether it's photonic, however they need to make it. So that answer right there is the answer that I needed to tell you about the garbage. Now, how do they get the newspaper every day? They don't necessarily need a paper delivered by some boy on a bicycle. I mean, how a boy on a bicycle going to write down to the military say, hey son, come on here, get your bike in here, huh? Give me your newspaper. Thank you. At ease, boy. Now get out of here. You think that's going to happen? Come on. Are you serious? If they really want to get some information, they use satellites, they use technology, computers, advanced computers, things like that. They're not going to have a boy on a bicycle delivering papers to their underground base. Are you kidding me? Come on. So those questions like that are good, but they're not good enough. Let's say they're not good enough. They get their information through their underground sources, to the sources that they even have more than the media anyway, that reports these things, that reports the news. So there's no way that there's going to happen that way. So yeah, they get their information through computers, word of mouth, everything that will be outside of the mainstream, because they have the technologies that most mainstream people do not have. That's how they get their information. They don't need newspapers. They can manipulate newspapers, they can create it out of thin air if they want, or they just even type it in and just look it up. Just look it up. Alright, next question. How did I get water? Well, let me see. Lots of Earth is made up of mostly of water, right? So, as far as that is concerned, they can get water from anywhere. You can have like wells and certain other technical pipelines that they can have in the cities. They can drain it easily from an ocean. They can alkalize it into some kind of a mineral or machine or some other technology that can alkalize it into pure water, so they can have water to drink. Now, not all of these ETs are going to need water, or food for that matter, because some of them are so advanced that they're not going to need water to sustain themselves. Many of them could just live off of energy. You see, so they're not going to really need anything physical to eat. Now, humans, on the other hand, would, because they live in the 3D form, in a 3D fashion. Now, a lot of the ETs that were there are either like fourth dimensional and higher, so they're not going to really need a lot of necessities that the humans would need. Now, needless to say, the only thing that we'll probably need will be energy. So, just thought I'd let you know that. And as far as that goes, as far as food is concerned for humans, that's very simple. How do they grow it as well? Like I said, they can use dirt. You know, they can use technology. They can use like the fluorescent light and different other light energies. They also can use energy through photonic energies or solar energies or wind energies, but mostly photonic or other energies that we may not even know of. I don't even know everything. You know everything? I know you don't.